Want to speak real Vietnamese from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at Vietnamesepod101.com.
Hi guys, it's Ling. Welcome back to Vietnamesepod101.com, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Vietnamese. This video is about culture, and I'm going to introduce to you some common cultures of a Vietnamese funeral. Also, let's learn some common informal and formal sympathy messages so that you know what to say or what to type or what to write when it comes to the time. And let's see what we got today. I'm not going to go into details of a funeral in Vietnam, but I'm going to introduce to you some common steps so that you know how we organize a funeral in Vietnam. First one, we need to find a place to organize a funeral when the person just passed away. In this case, there are a few services around the city. Some families will prefer to organize a funeral at home, probably because they have enough space. For some families or some houses that they don't have enough space, or because they have a lot of guests. So they would prefer to rent a place or like a professional service to organize a funeral. Okay, so the first one is to find a place. It can be at home, but it can be at somewhere else. The second culture is we will change the clothes for the person who passed away because we believe that they will have to go through some kind of gates on the way to the heaven or something. So I think it's very common in every country because even in some Western countries, I still see that people will wear like new clothes or nice clothes, something like that, right? So the second step is to change the clothes. The third culture and the most common one is praying. For example, if some families are Christian, they will not pray like this at home, but they will go to the church maybe. But for some Buddhist families, we will pray at home, for example, mine. So we'll pray a lot, like almost every day, and every time that we have to prepare some food, we will pray. So basically we'll pray all day, sometimes nights. This praying is to believe that the person will have a good journey, will rest in peace, and also their soul will not be around and they will not be missing home, they will not be missing life a lot. Another culture which is whether to bury or to burn the body. And this is also very common nowadays that we burn the body. This is really hard for me to explain clearly to you, but I'm gonna try, okay? So at some cities or some provinces, they still prefer to bury. However, it's a little bit hard to take care of it because sometimes when it rains or when it's storming, or something, there will be some old traditions that we have to follow, and it's gonna be very difficult for young generations later to take care. Instead, nowadays there are more families choosing burning the body as an option. Next one, we have another common culture, which is to send the soul of the person to the pagoda. Okay, so this is for Buddhist families only. We will send their soul to the pagoda, hoping that they will rest in peace. So some families will contact a pagoda, a big pagoda, or a pagoda that they usually comes to pray. So that pagoda or like the god at the pagoda will accept the person's soul. Next one, another culture. This is also very common for Buddhist families, which is to pray for 7 weeks. Because we believe that within 7 weeks, which is 49 days, the dead person is still around the house and they're still like missing the family, they're still missing their life. They will still be there. So that's why we need to pray and we need to prepare food, like 3 meals a day for them. Of course, on the altar, okay? And after 7 weeks, which is 49 days, we believe that it's a good time for them to like leave. And from that time, we will not pray anymore. We'll still pray like once in a while, but we will not pray every day anymore. So, praying for 7 weeks. Another culture that I'd like to share with you, this is not a very sad culture, but this is like a good time for family members to visit each other, which is the death anniversary. A death anniversary is one of the most important events of every Vietnamese family. So when a person in a family dies, the living people will remember that day. Annually, when coming to that day, they will prepare a feast to remember the dead person. It is because Vietnamese people believe that when a person dies, only his physical body dies, but his spirit or soul always exists and lives in another world. So generally, in a big family, the oldest son will take charge of the family's worship. It means that when their father or mother dies, the oldest son will be responsible for making the anniversary feast and worship. Also, the other sons or daughters will contribute money and bring fruits, wine, and like a bunch of incense sticks to the family. To the anniversary. On this day, they just invite some close relatives and friends to attend the feast. So the feast often includes boiled chicken, some stir fries, some plates of steamed or fried shrimps, several bowls of soup with bamboo shoots and chops, wine, several dishes of sticky rice cooked with peas, maybe. So all of these dishes accompanied with a pot of flowers, like a big plate of 5 kinds of fruits, and wine will be like worshipped on the altar. So after the incense sticks are burnt out, they will enjoy the feast. Now, next part, I'd like to introduce to you some sentences, some messages that you can use for any funeral. Okay, and I hope that you don't have to use them, but just in case. And also, when it comes to culture, we should learn everything, right? So let's see what we got today. Basically, in Vietnam, we don't really use like a lot of different messages or sentences. We actually have only like a few very common sentences, which are xin chia buồn cùng gia đình, xin chia buồn cùng gia đình, xin chia buồn cùng gia đình. So this is like the most common one, and you can use like anytime, both formal and informal situations. Next one, if the person is a little bit old, like at your parents' generations, like a little bit older than your parents, then you will call and address her or him as bác, right? Bác. So a sentence can be used for the family is mong bác yên nghỉ, mong bác yên nghỉ, mong bác yên nghỉ, hoping he or she will rest in peace. Mong bác yên nghỉ, okay? If the person is very young, like at your generation, then you'll address him or her anh or chị, right? So instead, we can say mong anh hoặc chị yên nghỉ. Mong anh or chị yên nghỉ. Mong anh or chị yên nghỉ means like hoping he or she will rest in peace. Another word for like grandparents, grandpa or grandma, we use mong ông or bà yên nghỉ. Mong ông or bà yên nghỉ. Mong ông bà yên nghỉ. Also, there is another sentence that we can use to share or to show sympathy with the family. We can say xin chia buồn cùng sự mất mát của gia đình. Xin chia buồn cùng sự mất mát của gia đình. Xin chia buồn cùng sự mất mát của gia đình. It means like my sympathy for your loss, or like I'm very sorry for your family's loss. Xin chia buồn cùng sự mất mát của gia đình. The last one that I want to introduce to you is mong gia đình sớm vượt qua nỗi đau này. Mong gia đình sớm vượt qua nỗi đau này. Mong gia đình sớm vượt qua Nỗi đau này means like hoping your family will overcome this pain or this loss soon. Mong gia đình sớm vượt qua nỗi đau này. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know this is not a very fun or happy topic, but this is about our culture. This is one of our cultures. So I hope that it also brings you something new. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe the channel, and visit the website VietnamesePod101.com to get access to your free lifetime account right now and get your real lessons by real teachers. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn. See you in the next one.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.